guys, it's Bren. I'm actually filming when it's super sunny today. I usually have been filming when it's starting to get dark out and my lighting is terrible, and now today it's terrible because it's too bright. My blinds right here are actually closed, if you can believe it, but I guess it's a pretty good day. I guess this is better than it being too dark out. I have a fun video today, I think. This is going to be my review of the new Peppermint Sugar Cookie candle, but I'm going to do it kind of in the same fashion that I did my last video, which was a review of Peach on Earth, but I actually called the video A History of Bath & Body Works Peach Candles featuring Peach on Earth, because I went through all of the Bath & Body Works peach candles that I knew about and that I had and kind of used them as a basis of comparison for Peach on Earth leading up to the review. And people seem to like it, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing with Peppermint Sugar Cookie, because there's a lot of different candles that we can compare this one to. And so this video is going to be kind of a history of Bath & Body Works mint chocolate scents, or scents that are reminiscent of mint chocolate. Not all of them have a chocolate note listed. Peppermint Sugar Cookie does not even. But I guess you could call it peppermint bakery scents or peppermint cookie-ish type of scents. But essentially, we're talking about the minty mint chocolate, or scents that are reminiscent of a mint chocolate type of dessert. That's what we're doing in this video. So of course, Bath & Body Works has put out a lot of different mint scents that are just minty, like Twisted Peppermint, been around for a long time, forever, as long as I can remember. And then there's the new Crushed Candy Cane, which is kind of just a straightforward mint. They've done the Pink Peppermint Twirl. That's a whole, I feel like, other video, like a whole different subset just to talk about the straight mint ones. This is gonna be the mint chocolate or mint bakery-ish type of scents. And so in this video, I'm going to be comparing Peppermint Sugar Cookie to 6 other candles that I have. And there's really one more that I will mention, which is Buttercream Mint, because I think it would be cool to compare Peppermint Sugar Cookie to Buttercream Mint, but unfortunately I don't have that one. But the ones that we're going to be comparing it to today are Mint Chocolate, Peppermint Marshmallow, White Mint Latte, Mint Chip Shake, Peppermint Brownie, and Chocolate Peppermint Cream. So all of those are mint chocolate scents, except Peppermint Marshmallow and Peppermint Sugar Cookie don't actually have chocolate listed, but both have been talked about in comparison to chocolatey scents. I've heard both of these being compared to like Girl Scout Thin Mint cookie, so there's definitely like a chocolatey vibe, you know, so yeah, I feel like they all fit in the same category. So we'll kind of walk through from past to present as we did in my peach video. And just to reiterate, I started collecting Bath & Body Works candles in about 2013. So anything prior to that, I'm probably not that familiar with. But I know that the first one I'm going to talk about is a scent that's been around for a very long time, since before I even got into the candles. And that, did you see that little hair check I did? I saw this little piece and I'm so annoyed. But anyway, so mint chocolate. This particular one that I'm holding in my hand right now is from 2016, but I also had a version of this that was from 2013, but I know that the one that I had in 2013 was being brought back from prior. So this mint chocolate scent, like I said, it's been around since before I've been into the candles. I don't know when it first came out. Somebody can put it in the comments if you know, but it's an old tried and true one. And the old version I had a picture of mint chip ice cream on it, and it kind of smells like that, but what I would mostly compare this one to is like an Andes mint. You know, the little like dinner mints with like 2 layers of, I think, dark chocolate with like a green layer in the middle. That's kind of what this one smells like to me. The notes are sweet peppermint, creamy vanilla bean, decadent chocolate, handmade marshmallow. So they do even put marshmallow on this one. I don't get too much of that though. With mint chocolate, I get dark chocolate. It's not too sweet. This candle's not actually that sweet for what it is. Like, it's still a sweet candle because it's mint chocolate, but it definitely feels like it's a dark chocolate. And there's nothing to, like, this vanilla and this, wait, does it say vanilla? It does. Vanilla and marshmallow in the notes, I feel like I'm not really getting those. If they're there, they're in the background. It mostly smells like dark chocolate and mint, like I said, like an Andes mint. That's what I would compare this one to. And it's one of the less sweet ones out of all the ones we're going to be talking about in this video. So again, that came out The earliest one I had was 2013, but I know it came out prior to that as well. And then this is 2016, and I don't know if it's come back since then because they've gotten more fancy with their mint chocolates. The next one to talk about is Peppermint Marshmallow, and this actually is the first one. And this was from 2015 holiday season. It has come out every year since, I want to say. I have another version of it from the next year, and it's out again. It was out again last year, and honestly, I don't think it's out this year, though. Instead, they have the Peppermint Sugar Cookie. But the notes on Peppermint Marshmallow, they called this one Joy Peppermint Marshmallow. This whole collection had like a word, like Mary Cookie was called Mary. Indulge, and this is when they were doing like long descriptions, indulge in the fragrance of fluffy vanilla marshmallows, which were full of holiday sweetness and peppermint joy. This one is much sweeter. The marshmallow in this candle is the same marshmallow that is in vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, vanilla bean marshmallow. It's that same marshmallow. I do feel like there's a little bit of vanilla going on as well, but then it's peppermint. So to me, peppermint marshmallow kind of smells like vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, but peppermint instead of pumpkin. Like everything else about it is kind of the same for me. That marshmallow scent that they do, I do think it's really good, and it's really sweet, so this is a much sweeter candle than mint chocolate. And when this came out, a lot of people compared it to a Thin Mint Girl Scout cookie, even though they noted that there's no actual chocolate in it or in the scent. I think it's something about just having that cool mint with like the sweet marshmallow that kind of makes you feel like there's something cookie-like about it, although there's no real bakery scent either. But for sure, you can close your eyes and kind of picture a Thin Mint cookie, and even though there's not necessarily chocolate, it has that vibe. But anyway, okay, so moving on. When that one first came out, it was like hype. People were excited for it, but everyone was disappointed because it was light. And Peppermint Marshmallow has always been pretty light, and I think that's its biggest flaw. All right, next, we'll talk about White Mint Latte, a personal favorite of mine. This particular one is from 2018, but this was the second year that it came out. It first came out in 2017 for the holidays. I had one of those as well. Picked up a couple more the next year because it's just been one of my favorite mint scents from them. This one, the reason I like it so much is I do feel like the chocolate note in it is white chocolate as opposed to dark chocolate like in the mint chocolate or, even milk chocolate. It really does smell like white chocolate. And the notes are fresh peppermint, white chocolate, whipped milk. Not real descriptive. Do you get a coffee note? Not really. But this candle has always really reminded me of a white mocha with peppermint from Starbucks, if you've ever gotten one of those. Yeah, it's just a little smoother than like a regular mocha. But I do feel like you get white chocolate and then just a mint scent. And I've really always really liked that one. We have Peppermint Brownie. So Peppermint Brownie is from 2018, and this only came out in 2018. It's a shame because it's also really good, and it's probably after White Mint Latte would maybe be my second favorite, and I only have this one partially burned one. This one, the notes are crushed candy canes, rich mocha, and whipped cream, and I feel like you do get a bakery note. It's pretty true to the name. There's a chocolate going on here that smells like chocolate cake or a brownie or, it's more of a middle chocolate. It's not the white chocolate. It's not the dark chocolate. It's, milk chocolate. And there's a little bit of a bakery feel. The mint is there, but it's not overpowering or too strong. It's true to its name. It smells like a peppermint brownie. And I think for bakery lovers, that brownie note is really nice. It's a little warmer, a little richer than just like the mint chocolate with that bakery note added. So I think it's definitely better than mint chocolate. Maybe that's why they don't put out mint chocolate anymore, because it was so basic. And like I said, now they're more advanced and they're doing this kind of thing instead. But that was certainly a really good one and also really cute. Okay. Next up, we have Mint Chip Shake, and Mint Chip Shake is from 2019, and it came out in the middle of the summer, and it was part of this rando collection that showed up online one day on like a Saturday morning, and there were very few in stock of each scent. It had the vanilla cola candy. It was the first time we saw unicorn sprinkles as well, and people just went crazy and ordered a bunch. I ordered this one. It's the only one I have, but yeah, it's kind of rare, I guess, because that whole collection was kind of rare. Notes on this one are dark chocolate chunks, icy peppermint, decadently smooth ice cream with essential oils. And this one has more vanilla than the rest. And it's just a little lighter and calmer. I know that the notes on this one say dark chocolate, but the chocolate note is not very prominent. It is more cooling, it's more vanilla. It's not quite marshmallow though, so it's not that similar to Peppermint Marshmallow because it really is more vanilla, not that, it doesn't have that marshmallow note from Vanilla Pumpkin Marshmallow or, that I noted with the Peppermint Marshmallow. It's more of just a really sweet mint and a lot of vanilla. You can imagine that there's dark chocolate chips in there. This one's also fairly true to the name. But it's just like smoother and sweeter and calmer than the rest of these. The mint is not that loud there. Okay. Next up, chocolate peppermint cream. This one came out, was it last year, right? Yeah, 2019. And this one I am not a big fan of, but a lot of people were. But this is definitely the chocolate note that is in chocolate lava cake, which is the same as hot fudge sundae, which is a candle that I don't really enjoy that much. I've always felt like that chocolate to me smells kind of like a cheap chocolate. The chocolate lava cake candle smells like Raisinets to me. There's something kind of like sweet about it, like sweet and sour at the same time, kind of like a raisin. Like, I don't know. The chocolate, I don't like it. Some people really love it. I'm not a fan. And so, of course, I'm not a fan of this one either because it's basically just the chocolate lava cake candle with mint in it. But I will say that it does smell like a chocolate sauce. Again, going back to, they called it hot fudge sundae at one point. Chocolate lava cake obviously has that middle, chocolate sauce situation. And it's that same chocolate with mint. And the notes here are peppermint candies, creamy chocolate, white sugar crystals. And yeah, I'm just not a huge fan, but this one, it's sweet, but it's sweet in like a, I don't know, kind of sickening sweet way to me. And it's just not my thing. A lot of people really liked it, but out of all of these, this is my least favorite. The mint here is definitely a little stronger than like in the white mint latte or the mint chip shake. It's pretty significant. But it's just a totally different chocolate note than like mint chocolate. And then again, as I mentioned, buttercream mint isn't one that I had. That candle, I don't even remember what year it came out, but it's definitely been a few years now. That one, I do remember smelling it. It was like the Black Friday candle. It was something like that. It wasn't a candle day. I want to say it was Black Friday, and it was like you could only get that candle on Black Friday, and I never do Bath & Body Works Black Friday, really. But I do remember smelling it because then it came out at semi-annual sale, like stores had some left, and I remember smelling it and thinking it was true to its name, and it did smell like those little buttermints, that like your grandparents might have had. My grandparents had them. That was the only time I ever remember eating them, but they were kind of buttery and no chocolate or anything there. But I have heard some people on Instagram wonder if Peppermint Sugar Cookie is like buttercream mint, and unfortunately I can't really answer that question since I don't have one, and it has been so long since I smelled it. I do know that I have sniffed it at some point, but I never had it, and it's been a really long time, so I don't know. I can't really recollect that, but let's get into the actual Peppermint Sugar Cookie review now. Let's talk about this one as it compares to all of these others that we just went through. I did say on Instagram when I first got my Peppermint Sugar Cookie that on cold sniff, it most reminded me of one of these. That it very much, like out of these 6 that we just went through, there was one that it smelled the most like. And I asked people to guess on Instagram what that was. So here's the big reveal. The one that I think on cold sniff that it smelled the most like, the one that it reminded me the most of, was Mint Chip Shake. And I do feel like there are similarities between this and all of these others. But it reminded me the most of Mint Chip Shake because it's just sweet and light like that. It doesn't have any like significant like biting like dark chocolate note. There's nothing like bitter about it like that. It is sweeter, lighter, a little more smooth, subtle. I don't know, but after burning it, I can tell you it's not a repackage. It's not the same. It was just, this was the one that it reminded me the most of. Because the first thing I did when I got my peppermint sugar cookie, after I called customer service and let them know 2 out of the 3 were busted to pieces, they replaced them, no big deal. But the first thing I did after that was go to my shelf, pull out all my mint chocolate scents, because I knew that this one smelled very familiar, you know, but I didn't immediately think it's got to be a repackage, but I wanted to compare it because it's different than all of these, but it's so much the same as all of these as well. The notes on Peppermint Sugar Cookie are crushed peppermint, vanilla extract, creamy butter, soft sugar cookies. I had very high expectations for this candle because of the wallflower. I do not use wallflowers anymore at all. In fact, I have sold all of my wallflowers and all of my plugs on Mercari. I can't do them. I plug one in, I immediately start wheezing. For some reason, the wallflowers just do it to my asthma. I can't. Don't have a problem with candles, knock on wood. But I had smelled the wallflower bulb in the store because my store didn't have the candle, but it had like just one of the bulbs open as the tester. Like they didn't even have a little tester candle, but I smelled an actual wallflower bulb in the store, and it smelled so good. And a couple of years ago in a video, I said something like, man, they should really do like a peppermint cookie scent. Like I totally called this, gave them the idea. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I had talked about how my grandma used to make these little cookies that were sugar cookies shaped like candy canes. And she'd take like red dough and like plain dough and like twist it around. And then there would be crushed candy cane on top of the cookie. And yeah, that's just a good combination, right? Like a nice buttery sugar cookie with peppermint. And when I smelled the wallflower, it reminded me of those cookies, and I got really excited. And I was like, yes, this is it. This is what I was asking for. It's just such a good combo. So I had very high expectations for the candle. I was expecting it to smell like that wallflower did. Honestly, it's good. It's a good candle. I like it. It's not quite meeting my expectation. It's not hoard worthy for me, especially since I have all these other minty candles that I feel like it's not that different from all of these. Like it's a little different, as we'll get into in a minute, but it's so similar to all of these as well. And I still think White Mint Latte wins the contest for me and is my favorite. I don't think I like this better than that. But what's different about it is that there is a bakery note. And it reminds me, get ready for this, it reminds me of the bakery note in Strawberry Cupcake, which they don't make anymore because now they make Strawberry Pound Cake and everyone loves that one. So I don't think we'll ever see Strawberry Cupcake come back. But Strawberry Cupcake, the last time it came out, it was in that stupid Girl Power label. But it had a bakery note that reminded me of yellow cake. You know, no frosting or anything, just yellow cake. And I feel like that's kind of the bakery note I get in this. Of course, it's a wildly different candle because there's everything else going on is very different. There's no strawberry in this, of course, right? And mint is very distinct. So it smells totally different. But if I break it down in my mind and separate it out, I think the bakery note or the cookie note that they're using in this might be the same as Strawberry Cupcake. At least for me, they both remind me of like yellow cake. The mint that's in this, that's where I really wish I had a buttercream mint because it does kind of smell like a buttermint. You know, and that might be the same, but I just don't know. It smells a little bit like candy cane. It definitely is peppermint, whereas some of these just smell like mint and not necessarily peppermint. It does smell like peppermint in this. I don't know that it smells like a peppermint cookie as much as the wallflower did to me. It more so smells like a warm peppermint fragrance with a little bit of like that yellow cake note. A lot of people have been comparing this to Peppermint Marshmallow, maybe just because that's so familiar. And there are similarities. The good news is Peppermint Sugar Cookie is stronger, so that lightness problem with Peppermint Marshmallow, Peppermint Sugar Cookie is much improved upon that. It is much stronger. The throw is better. I don't know. Peppermint Marshmallow is sweeter. That distinct marshmallow note that I've talked about is much more prominent, and the mint is less. I don't know that I actually get marshmallow from Peppermint Sugar Cookie. I feel like it's more just vanilla. I don't know that that marshmallow note that I've been saying is the same as vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, that distinct note that I get in Peppermint Marshmallow. I don't feel like I really get the marshmallow here, but I certainly understand why people are comparing them because they're quite similar. Peppermint Marshmallow is sweeter and more marshmallow. There's nothing really marshmallow here for me. There's nothing too chocolatey, but again, just like with Peppermint Marshmallow, a lot of people are comparing this one to a Thin Mint cookie. I'm going to smell the one I've burned now because they change a little after you burn them. Yes, but it's the same situation as with Peppermint Marshmallow, I feel like. I don't feel like there's actually a chocolate note here, but I feel like a lot of people's brains are just going to connect this with like a Thin Mint cookie because it's such a familiar scent. And you have all the other elements of that mint bakery / cookie. But it's definitely not any kind of, there's no like dark chocolate or anything. It's not like mint chocolate where like it's chocolate, or the peppermint cream where it's like definitely chocolate. Nothing like that going on here. It is a really nice candle. I do like it. I don't need a million. It's not wildly different from any of these. They have it's amazing to me that they have so many different like mint dessert or mint chocolate scents now, and yet none of them are repackages or are exactly the same. Like, that's kind of wild, right? Like, that they just keep tweaking it and changing it a little bit. If you are new to Bath & Body Works and you don't have any of these other candles that I've talked about here, you don't have like a million mint chocolates in your stash, then, and you like Peppermint Sugar Cookie, like, go for it, man. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad. It a little bit fell short of my expectations, but my expectations were really, really high because of the nostalgia factor with the cookies from my grandmother, because the wallflower just smells better to me for some reason. I think this would be really nice burned with Mary Cookie, because for me, there's not enough of a cookie scent. It's there, but it's not what I wanted. It's not enough, and I want it to be warmer and more buttery and more like baking. And so I think it might actually be nice paired with Mary Cookie if you're into combining candles and burning more than one at a time. I haven't done that. I don't usually burn more than one at a time because, again, I do have asthma, so even though I love candles and collecting candles, I don't actually burn them all that much unless I'm reviewing, but that is something I might try. But overall, it's good. Let me talk about the burn, because this burn has been crazy. This candle, I have lit it up a couple times and then been like, ooh, I need to put that out and trim those wicks down even lower because it is sooting like crazy and it's been a really fast burner. I just got this candle, so I've only burned it about 4 times now. You know, I wanted to get the video out, but it is, yes, watch it, trim the wicks low. The first time that I lit it up, it pulled out in like 10 minutes and then it was sitting all over and it had huge mushroom tops. So this is a hot, high, fast burning candle, at least the one that I burned was. But, you know, you don't have any puny wick issues or anything like that. I think it's just going to be a quick burn. But yeah. Those are my thoughts. Oh, strength and throw. I mean, yes, it's, like I said, better than Peppermint Marshmallow for sure. Not the strongest, but I would definitely give it like an 8. Like, there's no problem with it. It is present. It is there. I could smell it when I was burning it upstairs. I could smell it downstairs. So it's not, the scent's not only going up, it's just, it was really filling up the place. But it's not overpowering or crazy strong. So that's why I say 8, you know, but right where you want it to be. So no issues there either. All right. I think that wraps it up. Let me know your favorite Bath & Body Works mint chocolate or mint dessert candle. Let me know your thoughts on Peppermint Sugar Cookie. And also, let me know if you want to see more videos like this that are kind of like a history of Bath & Body Works blank sense. I was already kind of thinking about other themes I could do, and I don't want to give them all away, but I think I might do a banana video. Maybe. I have plenty of Bath & Body Works blueberry candles too. We could discuss that. I think if we tried to do something too broad, like apple or pumpkin or vanilla, like, I don't know, that's, the teacher in me comes out and wants to write on like too broad on someone's topic idea. Like, you're going to have to narrow that down a little bit. So that might be too much to tackle, but anyway, let me know your ideas. Thanks for watching. You can follow me on Instagram at Candles and Music. I will see you next time. Bye.